How's it going? Oh, man, look at that. The sunlight shining right in on my... Here, can anyone tell me who that is right there? Who is that? Can anyone tell me who that is? I'm going to start giving away some prizes on this show. Welcome to Bet with the Genius. Sean Miller, soccer betting genius. And I'm going to tell you one thing. Who was on Costa Rica 1-0 today? Costa Rica money line, Costa Rica 1-0. Thank you. Red card, 67th minute, Costa Barbarosis. Costa Rica 1-0. Congratulations to Costa Rica. They go to the World Cup. They're going to be dangerous in whatever group they're in. Let me pull that up. I just want to look at the groups. Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, Japan. Ugh, man, immediately becomes group of death. Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, Japan. I'm telling you what, this Costa Rica team is dangerous in this group. I'm telling you, Spain doesn't score a lot of goals. Costa Rica could get a point. You know, they could beat Japan, and they could get a point from Spain. It's going to be interesting. I think this Costa Rica team is going to be very dangerous at the World Cup. I know the qualification just ended like 30 seconds ago, but, you know, I think they're dangerous. All right, like, subscribe, ring the bell. Make sure you're liking, please. You know, say I'm doing a good job. Say I'm getting you a lot of money. You know, make sure you're watching. And remember, look, if you're not watching this live right now, we just started the show. Specifically today, and also we've only been on the air for like 5 weeks or something like this. So, as we get closer to the start of the Premier League season, and we start doing some more stuff like, more programming and stuff. Just remember, you can always go on and watch this later. You don't have to watch it live. Obviously, if you want to leave comments and stuff live, that's, what you need. You got to watch it live. But remember, you could always text me or message me right there at the Prodigal Show, and I'll get to you. You can text me. You can message me at Margo Football. Let me get that for you. I will put that on the page here. So you can just it's at AMARGALFUTEBOL. You can get me there as well at Amargal Football. That's my football page, soccer page. Going to be a lot of news, transfer news. It's actually been out for a little while, but I'm relaunching it. I have some other sites that I'm going to be putting some news on and stuff. But soccer stuff specifically here, Amargal Football. I'm going to have a YouTube. I already have a YouTube channel. So I'm going to be doing shows daily as well on there. More geared towards talking about the game. Obviously Max Wagers Network, specifically more the betting side. If you want to go deeper into the actual game, and the transfer news, I know we do some of that here, and like strategy and stuff like that, and just like if you want to rant and stuff, that's where you're gonna go to do it. So we already got an early comment. Bill, did you take him at 1-0? 1-0 plus 400 plus 450. I wasn't as confident in that game yesterday as I was this game. Costa Rica is a very good. New Zealand is just haven't seen it a couple of times. This Costa Rica team, I'm telling you, this Costa Rica team is going to be dangerous in this World Cup. Let me see if they have see if they have some odds for these games yet. I know, they had the World Cup. I don't know if they'll have the games for Costa Rica up yet. No, it's not up. Costa Rica is going to play Spain in that first game. Spain doesn't score a lot of goals. Share the screen here. Spain does not score a lot of goals. Costa Rica, Spain, opening day. It'll be here, 5/8. It'll be the 11 a.m. game Eastern time here. It'll be right in this spot because, let's see, Australia's playing France here. So it'll be right here, the 11 o'clock game. That's the only game that's missing. It's going to be an interesting game. I'm telling you. You know what? Let's start. Look, there's not a lot of games tomorrow. And you can bet these games already. So I'm going to start the show. There's, basically tomorrow. And let me pull this stuff down real quickly. Now, I was on Monumental Sports last night. I gave out the 1-0 win. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, ringing the bell. Follow all our people. Midday Money, Sean Higgs, great show. Morning Wood, Allie Burns talks a lot about baseball. Good show. She does a great job. Just Parlays, Chris King. My man hit a 10-team parlay for $100,000. Second time this year. He hit a 10-team parlay. My man is on fire. Chris King, right? Scott doing a great job. Me from 4 to 5. I will have some news next week. I'm running a camp, soccer camp, and I'm going to be tutoring about 50 kids in the SAT, I think, something like that. It's going to be a little crazy. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to go, but it's from 4 to 6 every day, so I have to figure out what we're going to do. The show might be earlier on those 3 days. It'll be Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So just stay tuned. I'll let you know like the end of the week and stuff. But remember, you got this new Caesars promotion, $1,100. It's CZR15. It's the new promo code. If you haven't used the old promo code to sign up yet, use this one, and you're going to get it in the show box, below. The links are in and everything. Look, here's the deal. Right? The World Cup, there's not a lot of games on. Let me get the World Cup futures up. Run those across the bottom while we're talking about it. Tomorrow is very light. There's no UEFA Champions League, which starts next Tuesday. If you look at the schedule, let me pull this up for you. Let's look at next Tuesday. You got La Fiorita Montegiardino against Interclub de Escalades. FCI Lavadia against Vikingur Reykjavik. And then there's not anything. All right. Oh, there's the second game. Friday. All right. But then Tuesday, the 28th of June, you got Copa Libertadores round of 16 action. That's going to be awesome. That's all at night. We'll have some people on. You got the UEFA Euro 19 semifinals. You got women's qualification. Copa Libertadores. You got some MLS games. And then, oops, clicked on an ad. And then when you go to July, here we go. Champions League qualification, July 5th. Look at all these games. Oh, man, there's like 1,000 games. And there's Copa Libertadores. There's some decent teams in this, man. Bodo Glimt, remember Bodo Glimt last year? They did really well, right? They got to the quarterfinals of the Conference League, right? They lost to Roma. Like Poznan, good team. Ludogorets, man. These are good teams coming in. CFR Cluj. There's some good teams, man. This is a tough draw, but Sheriff. This right here, this Sheriff team, that's a team that stunned Real Madrid 2 years ago, right? There's good games. So we got some games coming up. Europa League, Europa Conference League qualifications. So we're about 3 weeks away from having some games in the midweek, right? Right now, tomorrow, there's Brazil and Argentina. And that's about it. So let's look at these World Cup games. All right. It's interesting. Qatar doesn't play until the third game. Usually it's the opening game, right? They're the opening day, but it's not the opening game. The actual opening game is Senegal against Netherlands. Netherlands minus 134. I'd be all over that right now. All over that. Oh, let's see what England's doing now. They losing again? Oh, my God, man. They're losing to Hungary 2-0. This Europa, this Conference League, man. I mean, these teams aren't, there's Turkey 2-0. I mean, it's crazy. It's just crazy. Some of these scores. There's Latvia. We talked about Latvia yesterday. England, I mean, look at this lineup. Who? The only person, there's two people in this lineup that should be anywhere near starting lineup in the World Cup. Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane. That's it. You want to tell me Reece James? Okay, maybe. This team, Saka stinks. Bowen, Calvin Phillips, meh. Guehi, meh. Stones, meh. Kyle Walker, old. Aaron Ramsdale's atrocious. Declan Rice will start. Maguire will start. Trippier should start. Bellingham and Foden should start. Look, man, this team's not winning anything. Do not waste your money and bet on England to win the World Cup. Do not waste your money and bet on England to win the World Cup. They are not winning the World Cup. A team that might win the World Cup is right here. This Germany team. Neuer, Rudiger, Gundogan, Kimmich, Mueller, Sane, Werner. People were down on Werner after a bad year with Chelsea the first year. He was really good at the end of the year. He's really quick, man. I'll be honest. I wouldn't mind him as a player off the bench for United. I think he's all right. Havertz, obviously game winning goal in the Champions League final in 2021. This team is really interesting, but once again, that group is tough. So, Gnabry. This Germany team, do not sleep on this team. And you look at the futures, plus 1,100 to win the group or to win the World Cup. And they're not even favored to win their group. Plus 110 to win their group. Man, I'll definitely put some money on that. I think they're the best. I do like Spain. I'm not going to lie. But I think this German team is a little bit under the radar. As much as you can be as the World Cup champion from, 2 World Cups ago. It wasn't that long ago. It was 8 years, but, It was only one World Cup ago, really, taking away the 2018 one. It's all semantics, right? Anyway, so the first day, I think Netherlands, you have to think, I mean, England will probably win, but I'm not going to touch that game, to be honest. Right now, this England team is a mess. I like this Ecuador team a little bit against Qatar. I don't know how good Qatar is. I'm going to probably say not that good. The last time the World Cup was outside of Europe or South America in South Africa in 2010, the host team didn't make it out of the group. I don't even know if they won a game. 2006, Germany made the semis. 2002, Korea made the semis, but they hosted with Japan. 1998, France won it. 1994, USA made the quarterfinals. There's 30 for 30 about that one, right? US made the quarterfinals and somebody ended up dead. 1990, Italy. So Qatar's not getting out of the group. This Ecuador team, they'll look at that and say, hey, we got a chance to get out of the group if we win this game. But there. Block out my history there, make sure you're not spying on me. All right. USA Wales. Yeesh, I don't know. It's a tough game. We'll have to see who's healthy for USA. They keep dropping like flies. But I think they could win that game. Argentina, Saudi Arabia. I don't know how good Argentina is, but they're going to kill Saudi Arabia. Minus 1.75 looks like a pretty decent play there. It's early. Probably team total over. Denmark, Tunisia. Denmark team is another team that's really dangerous, I think. I don't know I know a little bit about Tunisia. I know Morocco is the better North African team. Denmark there, -1 maybe. Minus 117. That line's going to shift a little bit. Mexico, Poland. I'm not touching that game. I think that's a really bad game to bet. France, Australia. I mean, France, I have no idea what to think of this team right now. France -2. I think this line's a little high. 1.75. I think it'll come down a little bit. I think this line is way too high right now. France is supposed to be -500 against anybody in that group, but they are. Morocco, Croatia is interesting to me. Morocco or draw -106. Yeah, but let me look at that right now. Let's go live. Live right now. Okay. I mean, I would say I don't know. I mean, I would say maybe to put $5 on England plus 1,000 to draw, but they're so bad. Look at Germany right now. 5-0. That is absolutely ridiculous. What is going on? As soon as I talked about Timo Werner, he goes and bags 2. That's ridiculous. Yeah, take Germany -7. So bad. I don't know. Maybe this Luxembourg. Maybe I'd take a chance on Luxembourg right now. At +205 to find a goal. That's the only one I really see. I mean, these other games are all pretty like, 2-0. I just don't know about Ukraine right now. I would think. I mean, I know Ukraine is better than Ireland, but I just don't know their motivation. I might take a chance on Luxembourg at plus 205. I think that's an interesting game. So tonight, you got the Sounders against the Whitecaps. Let's look at the table. El Salvador plays tonight against U.S. Bermuda and Montserrat is canceled. Some place called Bonaire is leading League C Group 1 and then Saint Martin and Turks and Caicos. Turks and Caicos has a minus 10 goal difference. And the only points Bonaire has dropped right now is against St. Martin. St. Martin drew them 2-2. St. Martin beat Turks and Caicos 8-2. Turks and Caicos against St. Martin. Oh, St. Martin just beat Turks and Caicos 8-2 the other day, Bill, right here. Although, Turks and Caicos did beat them twice last time, but yeah, look, 8-2. Man, I don't know. I would maybe take a shot here, see if you can get. I don't know. Maybe take minus 2.25 here. I mean, over 3. Here you go. St. Martin over 3.5 goals is just about even money. Once again, they put up 8 last time, just like 3 days ago. They put up 8 against Turks and Caicos, so why not? Do I think USA can pull a shutout? I got a prop. USA wins 1-2 or 3-0. Let's look at that. So USA against El Salvador. Yeah, look, I mean, if you look right here, 1-0, 0-0, 6-0, 2-0, 5-1. I mean, these are a little bit. This is a long time ago. This is a little bit, but these games are recent. Last 2 years. So yeah, look, I think that's a pretty decent bet there. USA win to 0, yes, is plus 130. Well, maybe even, I don't even know about the score, but maybe take a chance. USA win to 0 at plus 130. That's not bad. The last time they played they don't score a lot of goals against El Salvador. The last time they played, you see 0-0 and 1-0. So, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0 looks like a pretty decent bet, Marlo. So, plus 200 win to 0. Yeah, look, I might take a chance on that. Man, this right here is, 0, 0, 0, 0. So look, I know you got to go on form guide and stuff like that. Let me just let's take a look at my favorite site here. I don't need to go in the app. El Salvador is 6 without a clean sheet. Although both teams scoring is 4-5. USA is 3 straight clean sheets. So let me see if I can expand this for you. When El Salvador played any of the big teams that qualified for the World Cup, Mexico, not Costa Rica, they gave up a goal against, they scored a goal against Costa Rica, but Mexico, Canada, USA, they don't score a lot of goals. So I would say, you know what? I maybe take a chance on that. It's not a bad bet. Where is that? All right. Yeah, I mean, maybe the thing with this game is now, you see the USA 1-0, 0-0 the last 2 times. You could also see if they have it. A lot of books will have just USA to keep a clean sheet. They don't have to win; they just have to keep a clean sheet. So that's interesting, Or you can just kind of do that here as well. Full time under 0.5 goals. USA to keep a clean sheet under 0.5 goals right here, right? You could do that. Ecuador or El Salvador. Looking for some action, right? Yeah, look, Marlo, right now it's like, I don't know if you're here for the beginning of the show. It's a little slow. There's not a lot of games. There's a little game I like there's a game I like in Brazil, like Thursday night. So not a lot. These Nation League games are a little bit weird. Italy scored. Hungary, man, look at that. John Stones red card. That's embarrassing, man. Absolutely embarrassing if you're an England fan. Southgate out, right? Man, that is brutal. Yeah, so basically what's going on, like, not a lot of games here. But when we start to pick into July and August, obviously the World Cup this year is usually in the summer. So there'd be, we'd be talking about the World Cup starting like right around right now. It's usually starting, this would be probably we'd be right into the thick of it. But since it's in Qatar, it's in the desert, they have to play it in the winter. So there's not a lot of action this summer. But because they're doing that, they're moving everything up. So like July, it'll start being some Champions League games. And our guy on Thursday, AM Plus Money Lakes, he's a big Brazilian league fan. So, he knows a little bit about that. Our guy on Fridays, Kaepernick, is a big MLS guy, so he knows a little bit about that. There's some games, but the thick of the games aren't going to start probably until like July. But then in August, we're going to start ramping up Premier League, La Liga, Bundesliga. There's so many leagues, UEFA Champions League. There's going to be a lot of different stuff to watch there. So, anyway, so just if you're new to the show, Marlo, just kind of stay tuned because there's going to be a lot more action coming up. So, that El Salvador USA game, I think there's different ways to win that game. This Mexico, Haiti. The Haiti Guyana game, I think. Haiti Guyana. table. I mean, that's a big match, to be honest with you. Haiti and Guyana. But Haiti just won 6-2. All right. So Haiti just won 6-2. That's why they're minus 625 at home. You could get Haiti minus 1.75 at minus 127. Now, that's interesting. That's an interesting game for me. See what we got for over 2.5 goals. See what Haiti's done in the group. 6 goals, 3 goals, 0-0 against Bermuda, but last 2, 6 and 3. So over 2.5 goals at minus 104. Maybe they just played a 6-2 game the other day, 3 days ago. I don't think you're playing that quickly, 2 games in that quick of succession. I don't think the team forgets that. So interesting. And then Jamaica, Mexico. This is, to me, obviously. We'll go back out here to the main page. These groups are ridiculous. There's 3 teams in each group, and Suriname, Mexico, and Jamaica. I just don't, it's a little ridiculous, to be honest. Mexico hasn't played Jamaica yet, so plus 100. You have to, Mexico played them in January. It's 2-1. They played him in September. It was 2-1. So maybe see the under here, which is, this to me, this and this doesn't really make sense, except for the fact that maybe they're not bringing some players. Over 1.5 goals by Mexico here. They scored 2 in each of the last 2 games against Jamaica. It's plus 132. That's not a bad play. Yeah, Bill, how about both teams to score in the Mexico game? I think it's not terrible. Jamaica scores some goals. And the last 2 times they've played, and this isn't 3 years ago, 4 years ago. This is in the same cycle with the same teams. So 2-1 home and away. I think, I would just say, Bill, just make sure, the lineup, an hour before the game starts. And what time is this game tonight? It is at, 8 o'clock. If you see the line move one way or the other at, 7 o'clock when the lineups come out, probably somebody's not out. You could probably wait to bet this game, both teams to score, whatever, until closer to game time. But if you go on and see all of a sudden Mexico's at plus 150, probably their players aren't starting or something like this. So, I mean, that's sometimes a pretty good way to do it, to see who's going. And if you're going to take Mexico in this game, Mexico money line at plus 100, which is probably a pretty good play. Mexico is clearly a better team than Jamaica, but I don't know who's playing. So if they start, all things considered, everybody plays their starters, and Mexico, Jamaica is a pretty they're both in the hex, so it's not a thing where Mexico might not play their starters. They're probably going to play, most of them or some of them. So I think Mexico plus 100 would be a decent play tonight. And then let's see. That's about it for the live action tonight. Look at this. So no goal here. Netherlands, I think Wales scored 90 plus 3. Oh my gosh, look at that. Wales scored it. Look, I got to look at this, man. Did they just do this again for the second time in this group? Hungary scored their fourth goal, by the way. That is absolutely embarrassing. For the second time, Netherlands gave up a goal in the 90 plus set 2 and then went and scored 90 plus 4. Man, they did that against, I think they did that against Wales. I think they did that against Wales the last time. Man, that is absolutely crazy. I can't. That is stunning, man. Absolutely stunning. Belgium got a big win. I thought, I thought that was interesting, that game. I think Belgium, I think we gave out Poland to score. They just didn't play well. Um Belgium played their backups. How about that? Scotland with a big win. Bosnia. Talked about Bosnia a little bit. I just thought Bosnia, 5 goals in the first 30 minutes, 4 goals, sorry. Bosnia was pretty decent value yesterday at like plus even money. Just, there's not a lot of action tomorrow night. The Sounders game tonight is interesting to me. The whatever they call it, Cascadia battle, but a lot of draws. It's either Seattle wins or it's a draw. Let me pull up those standings. I know Seattle is struggling a little bit, but Vancouver. Oh yeah, they're both right around each other. I would probably back off that game. I got all the English people saying we're going to get smashed by England. We're going to get smashed by England. They can't even get out. They're going to get relegated from the Nations League, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. You're going to get smashed. Keep Gareth Southgate in. So there's a couple games tonight. There's 4 games tonight in Argentina. Let me just pull these up with the odds because there's already been one game. This league just started. They're only in the 3rd game here, so you just don't know how everybody's going to be playing and how everybody is. There's not a lot of stuff to go on. I think maybe this team, this might be a decent play. Patronato de Parana. I'm going with the Piranhas. There's 28 teams in the Premier Division. It's so crazy. It's just I don't understand. There's how many teams are there? I know this Defensa Ustica team is very good, and they're going to be playing in one of the cups coming up. So I just don't, I'm just kind of looking at these games. I haven't done a lot of research on them, just kind of off the top of my head. These 2 teams here I might take a chance with, but I don't like forcing stuff if I don't really know about it. I'm not going into Serie B, and there's probably some money to be made there, but I just don't know enough about it. Juventud and Santos. I'm going to stay away from that. The game that I like here in this league is on Thursday. It's Palmeiras and Atletico Go. We talked about that yesterday with AM Plus Money, so just so you know. All right. So not a lot of action. Well, we got to talk about this stuff, right? So, did we finish talking about the World Cup? Let me see if we finished that. You know what? Let me just pull this up real quickly so I can finish this before we're done. Just got started talking about some of these other games. Germany, Japan. I'm all over this game. And today, I like Japan. I like Germany here. I don't know about those goals. I would probably stay away from that bet. Asian lines here, -1.25. Germany, look, when you're playing in a group with Costa Rica and Spain and Japan, if you get a chance to play, the weakest of the teams, Costa Rica and Japan are probably perceived as the two weaker teams. And Germany will play Japan and then Spain and then end with Costa Rica, which is probably the best way to do it. I think, you're going to know where you stand after the Spain match. If you win 2 games, you go into Costa Rica match and probably know you get a point. You're going through as group winners. But I really like Germany in that game. Belgium, Canada. I think this is going to be a little bit of a rude awakening for Canada at this World Cup, to be honest with you. I know they did pretty well in CONCACAF qualifying, but I think right away that's going to be a pretty tough test. Belgium has Canada, Morocco, and Croatia. So I think Canada is going to, we'll see. We'll see. And then the last day of the first round, Switzerland, Cameroon. I don't trust Switzerland, to be honest with you. I know they're pretty decent. They didn't play great. They in these games here in the Nations League. But once again, I'm not basing stuff on how they play in the Nations League. I think they beat Portugal, so they're only on 3 points, so whatever. But I just you don't know what you're going to get from Cameroon yet. So Switzerland -118, especially in that group. Let me see. Switzerland will play Cameroon, then Brazil, then Serbia. So if they can get 3 points against Cameroon in the first match, they'll probably think, we'll get beat by Brazil, or maybe we'll try to keep it close, like just don't get tanked. And then, you go into the Serbia match and probably the winner goes through. So -118 for that. I actually like this play. Uruguay, South Korea. I'm not real big on Uruguay right now. I think they're kind of just on their old merits a little bit. I don't know how good South Korea is. I'd probably stay away from this game. Portugal, Ghana. Portugal's going to be really good at this tournament. I think Ghana is going to be decent. And then obviously the best, the World Cup favorites here, -200. I think, the way you could play this is, maybe take a chance here over 2.5 goals. Maybe go Brazil, halftime, full time. And Brazil -1 could be interesting. So, yeah, Bill, I would probably say I would probably take Mexico. I don't know both teams to score. Maybe take a shot. What are the? Let me see what the odds are again. Um, both teams to score +100. Yeah, I mean, just going on their last two games. I mean, probably decent. You get Mexico at +100 or both teams to score at +100. I mean, if you had to, if you twisted my arm and said which one would you take between the two of those, I would probably say Mexico to win. I think it could be like low scoring 1-0, something like that. Um, I think Mexico has to start ramping up. They didn't play great in the qualification. I just don't know. Like, they were without the striker because he got injured with Wolves. Um, and I think if you twisted my arm, I would say Mexico +100 is a little bit better play. If you're going to take both teams to score, I would also take a shot on total goals over 2.5 at +140 because I think Mexico wins. I just think Mexico wins the game. So if you think both teams are going to score, I would take a shot on over 2.5 goals, 2-1. Or let me see what Mexico is here. Mexico over 1.5 goals at +132. I think you could do that as well. If if that's if you're going to go both teams to score, I think you can maybe kind of add some extra money like that. So, um, yeah. All right. So, the World Cup futures there. We're gonna have Rick Fortenbaugh joining us tomorrow. He's gonna talk a little bit about some of these things, what he's expecting for next year, and some of these games Thursday. AM plus money on Thursday, Kaepernick Friday. Remember Thursday, I'm gonna probably do an early show, 9 a.m. I'll get you the link to that tomorrow. I'll put it at the bottom of the screen here, and I'll put it on my Twitter. We'll talk about the Premier League and the early picks and stuff like that. Hopefully, the lines will be up by the time I wake up. Who knows for the first game? But yeah, look, just remember you got this new promo code. This promo code, like I've talked about the promo codes a little bit. Yeah, no problem, Bill. I always appreciate you watching. And LJ says hi. They're in Disney World, so it's Greggy's birthday. So he's all sad he can't be on the show. If anybody watching the show has had some luck with these promo codes, and doing this, please, leave us some comments. And we'll start, maybe Friday. What we'll do is I'll give away a jersey. I'll give away a jersey and maybe have a little contest. See if we can see what we can do here. I'll try to figure out how we can do that. But start giving some stuff away, so that it's cool. Last summer I got a jersey. That handicapping contest I won. I finished first, but it was a tiebreaker. So I got this cool jersey from Netherlands. I don't know. I may end up hanging all my jerseys down here on the wall here, instead of maybe upstairs. I was gonna maybe do it in the room, but I think I'm probably just gonna do it along that wall, so it looks pretty cool down here. But we'll see. But anyway, I got a bunch of jerseys, a bunch of kits to give away, so we'll be doing that over the summer and into the fall. So. And then, we're going to have all kinds, we have all these shows, and I'm going to have all kinds of extra videos posted on Max Wagers Networks coming up soon, some extra plays and stuff. So should be pretty interesting. just in time for the Premier League. And remember, I mean, hey, if you have a chance, go over to howtobet.com, which is part of Max Wagers and Rake Tech, the whole company here, and kind of just look and see what we did last year during football season. And we were on fire. We had like 70% of our picks during football season. We were really, really good. I'm pretty good at doing that. I use the same kind of strategy. USA team total. I forget what it was. Over 1.5. Man, I just over 1.5 is minus 141, and you see these last two games. That would scare me a little bit. The only problem is, look, the line is minus 200. So if you're betting USA, money line, you got to put them in a parlay with someone to get any value. Like maybe with I don't even know. I don't even put Haiti in there at minus 625. So what's the point? I mean, I'd be a little reticent to do that, but that's plus 200 right there. Minus 200 and plus 100 is plus 200. So that's interesting. 2-1. I might rather just do that, and then maybe put Haiti minus 162. I mean, you could even do this. Mexico, Haiti minus 1.5. Remember, they just beat Ghana 6-2, and then Haiti, and then USA minus 200. It pays plus 143. Not a bad way to do it. So, yeah, Lex, they stink. Lex, they're terrible, man. He's got to go. Southgate, keep them in until they play the U.S. Right? That's right. But yeah, I think maybe you could do, and then, here's the thing. I mean, let's put Mexico in the parlay just to see what it is. All of a sudden you're plus 383. That's not terrible. Let me see what it is. Haiti money line plus 248. All three money lines. It's not the worst bet ever. I would probably go with Haiti. Haiti minus, not Haiti over goals. I would probably go Haiti minus 1.5. You could even do minus 1.75, but I would just do 1.5 because what's the point, to be honest? And then USA. I think you could make a little money with that if both teams cover. Plus 142. Lex, you can't trust Gareth Southgate. This team stinks. They're going to be the fraud tournament of the fraud team of the World Cup. They'll get knocked out in the round of 16. I don't know who they're going to play. They're going to probably play. Let's see who it is. Winner of Group A. Who are they? England is Group B. So if they win the group, they're going to play. They're Group B, right? Winners Group B, runner-up Group A. Then they'll play the winner of Group D. So they'll play France. See ya. They're not beating France. It's Team England. I'll say this a lot. Unless something changes dramatically, they will be out. They will not be in a semifinal. If they finish second in that group, they will play Netherlands, and they'll be out in the round of 16. They'll be the first team out. Literally, December 3rd, the first team out of the tournament. They will not beat the Netherlands. Netherlands will tank them up. There's probably no chance that England doesn't win that group. But the way they're playing right now, man, imagine if the United States beats or Wales. Brutal. I can't. France to keep a clean sheet. I don't know when that is. First round, you mean? Yeah, probably. They'll probably go through and do that. Okay, so remember Rick Fortenbaugh tomorrow. Lex, make sure you're following me on Twitter. If you have any questions, just send me a message and say, hey, it's Lex or whatever. Hey, it's Bill. Hey, it's whatever. I'm on Instagram at the same thing at the Prodigal Sean. And I'll make sure to see you tomorrow. Have a good day.